Hi guys, this is Bhaskar Berry. Welcome to my YouTube channel. As part of this video, we are going to see how to print the hollow diamond with the pattern with numbers. Okay, so this is a program for that. Let me explain that. Here, the overall program is, but the first line I am taking the input from the user. Once the user specifies the size, I'm converting it to integer and storing it into a variable n. And this is just a print statement. And this is the for loops for printing the first half of the pyramid, and this is the pattern for printing the second half of the pyramid. And here the inner logic is same for both the structure. Only thing is the loop, it will be different. So let me explain with an execution flow. Before that, let me run it to show you the pattern. Okay, let me increase the size to 7. Okay, perfectly saying that. Okay, let me explain the execution flow as well. Here basically I'm using very simple functions like range, for loop, and some if else conditions. Okay. So I'll be explaining for when n is equal to 3. So this is how it prints for me when n is equal to 3. You can observe here the same pattern. And if we start from the line number 6 here, this piece of code, the highlighted piece of code. So for I in range of 1 comma n plus 1. So when n is equal to 3, here it will be from 1 comma 4. So the range function doesn't take the maximum value, so it loops from 1 to 4. So the return value is be 1 2 3. So the maximum will be ignored, maximum minus 1. Okay, so the inner loop will be run 3 times. So starting from I value is equal to 1. So when I is equal to 1, the inner loop prints, so these are the first 3 rows would be printed. So for when I is equal to 1, the j would be 1 comma 2. The reason is n is equal to 3, I is equal to 1, 3 minus 1 2, 2 plus 1 3. So from range of 1 to 3, you get the written values as 1 comma 2. So this inner print statement will run twice for the first row when I is equal to 1. So that's the reason here here I've given as a space, so you observe the space here as well. Okay, 2 spaces. And the next inner for loop will run, and for the j in range of 1 comma 2 into I, since I is equal to 1, 1 comma 2 into 1 is 2, so the j value would be 1. And here I'm using the I'm not printing into new line, I'm appending to the same line by giving the end as empty. So this one prints here itself, it just appends to the spaces after space. um, so this loop, this condition should be matched to print the number here. So the condition is if j is equal to 1 or j is equal to this one. Since I is equal to 1, it will be 1. 2 minus 2 into 1 is 2, minus 1 is 1. So j is equal to 1, then it prints this. So if j is equal to 1, the alphabet will be printed. Sorry, the numeric will be printed in number 1. Similarly, the else part won't be run for the first when I is equal to 1. So it prints to move on to the next line. And again, this loop repeats for the next iteration, that is for I is equal to 2. When I is equal to 2, the j would be 1 because from the range of 1 to 2, it will be 1. And only one space is there due to that. And the next inner j loop for the numbers, when I is equal to 2, j would be 3 because the range is from 1 to 4. Range of 1 to 4 gives you the values of 1 to 3. So the inner loop runs 3 times. The first time the j is equal to 1, it satisfies, sorry, um, yeah, for the first time when j is equal to 1, it prints the number. So j is J is 1, it's printed. The value which I'm printing is the I loop. So the outer loop, whatever is there, no, the same value I'm printing here. So that will be 2 here. And even we can decrement also and increment um, based on this ranges, this I values only, it is incrementing and decrementing. Okay. And for the second case, in the same loop, when I is equal to 2, this if condition doesn't satisfy, and it comes to the else part to print this space. Okay. And similarly for I is equal to 3, here n is equal to 3 and I is equal to 3. So it will be from range of 1 to 1 comma 1. So it will be empty. It doesn't print any. It doesn't satisfy, so it doesn't print the empty space here. So that's the reason you don't see any space before 3. And for j in range of 1 to 6, so it will be like the values would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So for 1, the values will be printed here. And for the next, and for 1 and 5, it will be printed, and others would be like empty space only they have printed here because of this condition. Okay. Um, so this is for the first 3 rows, and this logic is for the below 2 rows. It's exactly same. The only change here is the range functions. We are decrementing the values from range of when n is equal to 3 minus 1, it will be 2, 2 comma 0 minus 1. So it is decrementing. So the range of it will be like 2, 1. Okay, so that's the reason this is printing. So this is how we can um, achieve for printing the hello diagram with the numbers. And thank you for watching. Please do subscribe my YouTube channel. If you have any queries, feel free to comment. Okay.